Abortion in France is now free if you're over the age of 18. Thanks to a campaign promise made good by President François Hollande, every woman above the age of 18 can now get a free government-refunded abortion. And then you have every girl who's over the age of 15 and still under the age of 18 now being able to get free anonymous birth control. Now, compare this to the situation we're going through right now in the United States, where state after state in middle red America is restricting women's rights to abortion and to controlling the fate of their own body. And you also have a judge ordering the Department of Health and Human Services this last week to offer the morning after pill to all girls, regardless of their age, over the counter. Now, this isn't straight birth control. This is just the morning after pill, Plan B, if you will. And it's because a lot of medical professionals have been saying over and over again and advising the director of the Department of Health and Human Services, Kathleen Sebelius, to make this decision. But for political reasons, she didn't make that decision. She was facing a lot of pushback. So she said, well, it's only going to be for girls over the age of 16. A judge last week said, no, you can't do that. It's got to be for everybody. Let's use common sense here. And that's exactly what France did. They're using common sense measures, right? It always amazes me, the hypocrisy of people who are against women's rights to control their own body, whether that's through offering abortion rights in a much more free way than they currently are in a lot of states, or restricting young women's access to birth control. Because let's be honest, these people aren't going to stop or change their sexual behaviors, right? They're still going to do what they're doing. But in terms of how those behaviors largely affect society, that's what we have a lot of control over. And so people always say, well, you can't go get an abortion, or you shouldn't do that, or you don't need to take birth control, you should just abstain. That's not going to happen, right? And so those people are trying to do that for high moral reasons. But then, because of those restrictions and stigmas they put in place, when those same young women have their babies that those moral people told them to have and do the right thing and embrace life, when those lives are born, those are the same people calling for social programs to be slashed that takes care of those babies and those women who are having these children before they're in a position in their lives to actually do so. And so it's just ridiculous, and bravo to France for coming to terms with this issue, facing it as a responsible, progressive society, and doing the right thing. I hope that here in the United States, we can stop these smaller states from, holding back the individual citizens' progress in their own states and holding back our progress as an entire nation.